Well, it's almost Canada Day, ladies and gentlemen. Dominion Day, as any proud Canadian should call it. And July 1st is without a doubt the worst day of the year for the nation-hating, self-loathing left. Despite their best efforts to try and rename our streets, tear down our statues, lie about our history, slander the flag, embarrass the military, and convince all of us that Canada is an evil, racist, genocidal state, year after year, millions of Canadians from all walks of life flood the streets, gather around, drink a ton, proudly wave the maple leaf, and celebrate the greatest country on earth. And just like last year, we will be bringing back an annual segment on Ratioed, reacting to Cancel Canada Day TikToks. You know that platform where the intellectual future of Canada share their hot takes and cutting insight and analysis with all of us? Yeah, we're going to be heading over to that wretched platform and highlighting some Cancel Canada Day TikToks from this year and also bringing back some classics from last year. Stick around, you won't want to miss it. You may have also heard that several of Canada's woke large cities have tried to cancel Canada Day fireworks, citing reasons like in Calgary, such as reconciliation, or in Toronto, such as fiscal constraint, which is laughable. Other cities and smaller towns in Canada have canceled their fireworks, citing concerns that fireworks might trigger some more wildfires, which of course are started because of climate change. Don't forget it. Drop a like in the video, help us out by subscribing to the True North YouTube channel, stick around for the ratio of the week, and the comment question for the episode is this: what are your plans for Dominion Day this year? Let me know, and let's get into it. Alright, let's just jump straight into it. We've got 2 Cancel Canada Day TikToks from this year and 2 from last year. Before we do it, though, I have to tell you that finding Cancel Canada Day TikToks this year has been much more difficult than it was last year. The movement just doesn't seem to be as strong as it was last year. Maybe people are realizing, actually, that this country isn't so bad after all. What a surprise. All right, this first one comes from a user called Jazza Min W. 1,700 likes and 120 comments, so there's a little bit of traction on this TikTok here. Let's see what this woman has to say about this great country of ours.
Can you believe that Canada Day is being canceled? No fireworks, no parade? I found a solution that works perfectly for you. According to conservatives, you should just go back to where you came from or assimilate if you don't like what's going on in this country.
That's funny because I'm pretty sure the majority of Canadians will be celebrating Canada Day, and this woman with her depressing attitude will be in the small fringe minority category on July 1st. Can we say that now? Also, it's funny when she says that conservatives tell people to go back to where they came from. I seem to recall that back during that Ottawa Stop Transing the Kids, Leave Our Kids Alone protest, you had a large number of left-wing progressives on TikTok accusing Muslim parents who are fed up with gender ideology in schools of taking it too far. They were the ones actually telling these Muslim parents, proud Canadians I'm sure, to go back to where they came from. I'm sorry, but going to say it. If you are just coming into Canada and act like this, especially with your children, go back to your own country. It must be difficult when your ideology clashes with the facts. The reality, unfortunately, for this woman's depressing TikTok about Canada is actually that the progressives are the ones telling people who don't believe in their complete agenda that they should be going back to their own country because, well, it just doesn't help their political narrative. Anyway, enjoy July 1st, lady. I hope you have a really depressing, sad day when the rest of us are proudly coming together and waving the flag. Let's jump to this next one. All right, this one is a bit of a different take. This one pokes fun at these depressing losers who want to cancel Canada Day. Check it out.
Edward, you look like a Chinese tourist.
I'm just excited for my first Canada Day as a citizen.
Canada Day is cancelled because it represents the colonization of the Indigenous people.
Really?
There will be no flags unless it's the Pride flag, BLM flag, Indigenous flag, Ukrainian flag, climate change is real flag, or free the nipple flag.
These guys are thinking. They're onto it. They know what's going on here. Fly the Ukrainian flag all you want, but if you recall, after the Freedom Convoy, the woke legacy media in this country wanted to make it seem as though the Canadian flag itself was a hate symbol. You can fly the BLM flag and Pride flag as well all you want, but just no Canadian flag.
You know, when I was young, Canada Day made me feel like I was part of a community.
Ah, you're from India. You don't understand colonization.
Weren't Indians the first people in the country?
Well, Edworld, you're half right and sort of racist.
Okay, if this is so important, let's come into work Canada Day.
Well, we have the day off, and I'm almost finished crocheting my portrait of Zelensky.
All right, let's write some MPs and pass some legislation.
We don't want to ruffle any feathers. Our grant gets approved next month.
I have an idea, since we're on Indigenous land.
Yeah.
And it was stolen.
Yeah.
Why don't you give your house to an Indigenous group?
Canon Today is back on until further notice.
Very good. Good little bit of creativity there. Way to make fun of these people. Yeah, exactly. They want to tell us that Canada is stolen. The stolen land stuff really does make me laugh because it always comes from people who probably have very nice homes with a nice large plot in the middle of the city that will probably cost quite a lot of money. And if they wanted to give their stolen land back, they could do so and really change the lives of a lot of people. But of course, they would never do that. It's just a good platitude. All right, time for some classics from last year. Back when they really tried to make us feel as though we were celebrating genocide. Remember when they kept telling us no pride in genocide? These TikToks are from that vintage.
Hey guys, I just actually went on live for the very first time today because it is Canada Day here in Canada, and I would like to start a movement to cancel Canada Day. There is absolutely nothing to celebrate until we start recognizing it as a day of mourning.
Nothing to celebrate until we recognize it as a day of mourning. I thought that's what the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation was. Or what about National Indigenous Peoples Day? You know, I think their ultimate goal is actually just to have no celebration of this country and make every day a National Day of Mourning. Obviously, that's what they really want us to be doing. No celebration of Canada is allowed. All right, let's keep going.
And start recognizing what was done to them in an appropriate way by changing our flag and changing our anthem. Oh my God, she said it.
Changing our flag and changing our anthem. We didn't bring this one up last year, but that's something you hear every now and then from smaller groups, smaller circles that are trying to really advance their agenda here. Of course, again, no celebration of Canada, but they really let the mask slip here. Changing our anthem. Remember when Bonnie Crombie, the mayor of Mississauga, tried to make the anthem say home on native land? I'm sure they would like to take it even further. And also changing our flag. To what exactly? I prefer the red ensign myself, but I will proudly settle for the maple leaf. Thanks, Pearson. All right, we're not done. Let's keep listening to this woman.
Yep, let's actually start putting out there that we actually give a shit what was done generationally to these people and that we actually want to make appropriate change. We do not deserve to celebrate in red and white today and drink alcohol and party merry in a long weekend with our friends. We need to start recognizing what today means to those people and start focusing on how to make amends for the future. I'm making a movement to cancel Canada Day. Join me.
Wow, lady, you're such a savior. I'm sure the Indigenous people are really happy to know that someone like you is speaking up for their cause. The tearing down of statues, the changing of street names, all of that, no, it's not good enough. We have to keep going until we really have repented for our sins of the past. Not for anything any of us have done, of course. We have to pay for the sins of those in the past. Again, no celebration. All right, last one here from a guy named Owen Unruh. Here we go. Let's see what this guy Owen has to say about Canada Day. I already can see he looks very happy to be a Canadian on Canada Day, to be in one of the greatest countries on earth. What else does he have to say here?
If you're celebrating Canada Day tomorrow, keep that shit to yourself. That shit is embarrassing.
Like, my across the street neighbor is flying a Canada Day flag, and I'm like, did you miss the memo?
Oh no, it's embarrassing to fly the Canada flag. Keep it to yourself, this man says. Oh, I'm sure we'll all just listen to what you have to say.
The wind doesn't even want to make it fly. The wind is embarrassed for you.
Just a little refresher on the situation here in Canada. Over 10,000 bodies of stolen Indigenous children have been recovered from residential school sites.
Not true. Obviously, all of us know that's not true. It's just a blatant lie, actually. Anyway, go on, Owen. What else do you have to say?
And not even all of them have been searched.
Actually, none of them have been searched. Okay, keep going.
Missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, and Two-Spirit people. Forced sterilization. Boil water advisories. This is Canada's legacy. Literal racism, babe. And you're celebrating it. You're proud of this?
Well, the boil water advisories thing is a good point, actually, but who are we blaming with that? Are you blaming Justin Trudeau? Because He's the one who's been in government for what, 7, 8 years now? He could have done something about it, but I guess other issues are more important.
There is no pride in genocide. So in case you didn't know, now you know, Canada Day is canceled. We are not wearing red tomorrow. We are wearing orange. And you are, amplifying Indigenous voices online. And you are, calling to implement the 94 calls to action by the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. If I see you out wearing red and white celebrating Canada Day, I'm a fart on you. And you know that my native stomach cannot handle dairy, so I'm getting ready because I'm going to be farting on a lot of people tomorrow.
Wow, now that is a serious guy there. What a serious threat, too. If you don't wear orange, if you don't amplify Indigenous voices on Canada Day, this man is going to, as he says, fart on you. Look out if you happen to be, I guess, in Vancouver. Look out for this guy, Owen, on Saturday. You don't want to cross paths with this guy. Very intimidating. All right, here we go. Ratio of the week time. The winner this week is the National Capital Commission, the people that oversee downtown Ottawa and where the Parliament is. You see, they were very happy to announce to Canadians a new public art display that they've been working very hard at and clearly have taken a lot of pride in. Here's what they wrote on Twitter. We've installed public art along the LeBreton Flats pathway. In partnership with Canadian Heritage, we selected a piece by Gerald Beaulieu called When the Rubber Meets the Road. They followed that up by writing this. Did you know there used to be a landfill at LeBreton Flats? In line with the Building LeBreton guiding principles of fostering sustainability, this piece is made from recycled tires. And are you ready for the grand unveiling of this unbelievable piece of public art? The kind of stuff that really creates a national feel. It really builds our heritage and culture. Are you ready for it? 3, 2, 1, take a look. Aren't you guys impressed? I mean, the quality of art today is just incredible. It's really astonishing. It kind of does look like a turd on the side of the road, but there's got to be some art there. Can you not see it? I'm sure it took a lot of time to craft those really, beautiful lines and bring out the color of the piece. It does look like a turd, unfortunately. It does kind of look like that, doesn't it? But this is what our National Capital Commission is proud of, and as Canadians, we should be proud of it too. Anyway, they got ratioed on Twitter for this, unsurprisingly. 378 replies to 162 likes at the time of this recording. Take a look at some of these comments. You paid someone money for that? Oh, you bet they paid a pretty penny for that one. Public art, when paid for by the government, doesn't ever come cheap. And this is from my colleague Rupa Subramanya. Looks like a dead bird or someone left a garbage bag on the curb. I know this route quite well, and this area is screaming for better lighting in the dark. Definitely not this. That reminds me, the NCC, the National Capital Commission, the same people that were responsible for this Dead Crow / tire fire disaster, they're the same people that have recently renamed John A. Macdonald Parkway to Kitchi Zibi Meekan Road. Some unpronounceable Algonquin name because John A. Macdonald is evil and Old Stock Canada must be erased. So instead of John A. Macdonald Parkway, we now have this. Kitchi Zibi Meekan. What the heck is going on with Canada? All right, everyone, that's going to do it for us this week on the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a fantastic Dominion Day long weekend. Wear red, wave the maple leaf, wave the red ensign, that would be even better, and just celebrate the greatest country in the world. My name is Harrison Faulkner, and this is Ratioed.